Alright, so we're testing out the equipment today. I'm going to go up to a ride up to some rice fields that I was looking at the other day. And yeah, this is where I live here in Japan. My neighbor. I don't really know them, but I do know them. Pretty nice. Alright, basically I'm just gonna go down this road. Which way? Yeah, that way. But both ways are nice. Pretty much everywhere here is beautiful. Try to catch some sights while we're out. Alright. This is big audio tapes. Sometimes they will announce things over the intercoms around town. I think that's the best way to go. And I won't know what they are. But I remember one time it was the middle of the night and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was like a tsunami warning, but I'm way up in the hills, so I'm not super worried about it. At 5 o'clock every night they play this chime, and I was like, asked a Japanese person what it meant. It's for all the kids to go home. They're not allowed to stay out past 5 o'clock without like supervision. Oh. So yeah. Yeah. Japan's really nice to ride in. It's got a bunch of twisty roads. And the scenery is really nice. The architecture is nice. There's water everywhere. There's mountains everywhere. With this ride, I am repeating from another day, but I was rather impressed. I went out and I was like, I'm gonna ride in a straight line for like half an hour, and I was like shocked by all the cool scenery, which I don't think a lot of people get to see, especially with gas prices. No one's just like driving around. But with the motorcycle, it's a little cheaper and kind of more fun, I think. I don't know. A lot of this, people are just stopping in the middle of the road and you just go around them. It's like, you can park pretty much anywhere in Japan as long as it's not within like 3 feet of a intersection. But people, like, the one rule they have to follow, they still break that. It's like a minefield out here. Oh, here we go. Nice. Oh, it was back on. It's nicer on the way back too, but the sun might be down by then. I don't know if I'm gonna get. Ooh, cutting that out. So my old bike was a lot harder to put into neutral. It was kind of annoying when I was pulling up stoplights because I'd be sitting there going up and down, first to second, seeing that green light flash for a second. But on this bike, it's a lot easier. It's super nice. Every time I'm pulling up to a light, I'm like in neutral, well, whenever I want, which is how it should be. But I do tend to accidentally put it in neutral sometimes. And the roads are like not big enough for 2 cars a lot of times, so it was actually a fairly large road. But yeah, pedestrians all over. You got these tiny roads. And on a motorcycle, there's plenty of room for both of you, so it's like, whatever. Not really a great place to go speeding around super fast. You can see, like, don't pay attention for a second, it's pretty much instant death. They say it's not the place to learn how to ride a motorcycle, which I could agree with. I'm not like the best rider, but I have some experience, and it's still kind of like I don't know. I'm fairly cautious. I've never fallen. Not at speed anyways. Alright. So, Japan is one of, I don't know, a handful of countries, maybe a big handful of countries, but most of the world isn't covered by 50% forest, and Japan certainly is one of those. A lot of greenery everywhere. It's just really not a great place to build sprawling cities, so you pack in on the places you can build. This is all around, this is just kind of a neighborhood. It's kind of a roundabout way of getting here. I could have been on the main street like in like 5 seconds, but I like this route better. But we are coming upon the main street, and it won't be so twisty for a second. Yeah. I have one of those, except for one that's like 20 years older and it's blue. There's a reason for that. So the wheel is on the wrong side and it will pass emissions in the United States, but if your car is 25 years old, or you can import it. So yeah, a lot of people ride. The lady in front of me is a little older. I don't know how well. I doubt you can hear me at all, but a lot of people ride scooters, and I don't. When I was looking for a motorcycle, I didn't see a lot of differentiating between scooters and motorcycles. So I couldn't go into scooter stores when they were called. Like one of them was like some was like John's Motorcycles, but it wasn't John. It was a Japanese name. And then I get there and it's all scooters, and I'm like, I guess. Yeah. I'm riding a 2007 Honda CB400. It's the smallest bike I've ever ridden. The speed limits are super low here. It's hard to find big bikes. I'm kind of enjoying it, but I am seeing limitations, especially, I don't know, I weigh quite a bit. Probably like 250 pounds or something, and it's a lot for the little bike to handle, but you can zip when needed. See some tight turns here. It's a cool little car. I don't know what that is, but a lot of people walk around in Japan. A lot of pedestrians. A lot of elderly. I wonder if it's probably something to do with all the walking and the dieting. They tend to stay healthy to a age. I went, the guy I bought this motorcycle from, he invited me to go do motocross, and he took me on this adventure. I got with him at 8:30 in the morning, and he said, hey, I gotta go to Fukuoka, which is a big city near me, to sell 3 motorcycles. So he loaded up 3 motorcycles and we head over there. We go to this motorcycle auction, which is like not what I expected, but they had a bunch of bikes there, and so I looked at them for a while. It's like cool. So then we went and did motocross, which I've never done in my life. All right, this road's a little hairy. I remember this one from last time. Yeah, see, these cars come. Oh, but it looks like it's safe today. So, took me to motocross. This guy's just a beast. The guy's 74 years old, and he's just like, he looks like he's maybe 40. So we do that, and then our next stop is an onsen, like a real Japanese onsen. And I mean, like you don't wear clothes. And it was kind of a culture shock. But I also have I have a couple tattoos, and you're not supposed to have tattoos there. And he knows I have tattoos, and he says, you have anything long sleeves? And I said, well, I brought this hoodie. He's like, oh, okay, put that on. So I'm like, smuggle in here. I'm breaking the rules. I know I'm breaking the rules. And on top of all that, I'm butt naked. I mean, of course, I'm in the military, so I've showered with other guys before, but it's a less intimate experience, I'd say. But so we go in there. You know, it was a little strange, but I really did have a great time, and I'm so thankful he took me there. It's super relaxing. I mean, I could go into details about all the things they had there, but it almost felt like a water park for adults, like a water park spa thing for adults. It's an experience, and it's something I really hope everyone that visits Japan gets to try it or something. There are private onsens, but I just don't know if it's the same. Oh yeah, but he wanted to go in and out of he wanted to spend 30 minutes in this sauna, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, geez, I'm dying. Why am I having so much trouble here? It's only 90 degrees. And I was like, 90 degrees isn't even hot, like, outside. So I'm like, why am I having so much trouble here? And so I'm looking at it, and I was like, oh, 90 degrees Celsius. And afterwards, I went and looked it up. It was like 200 fucking degrees. I shouldn't swear, but 200 degrees. So I'm like, this it was ridiculous. You want to spend 30 minutes in there and then go into this ice cold bath. And like, I was kind of digging it because like, I felt it, like right before I started like shivering. I had like, it felt really good. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is the reason why I want to come back up here. It'll be cool that on the way down too. I might even go a little further than last time. Because on the way down you can see all these rice paddies. Sure, neat. Okay, anyways, so yeah, it was like hypothermia and like heat exhaustion, one after the other, but it was kind of like a religious experience. And I see why people do it. Hello, birds. See, isn't that nice? Yeah, totally worth it coming back up here. So so then we got done with that. That was cool, but I was tired and I was kind of ready to go. He talked about going to see fireflies. I was like, okay, like whatever, but I was exhausted. And he's like, oh, we're still going to fireflies. I was like, oh shoot, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, let's go. And so we went, and I'm so glad I didn't miss it. I'm so glad he didn't give me an option like, hey, are you getting tired? And then yeah, I'm getting a little tired. But no, he was like, you are going to see fireflies. It's like, all right. So I expect, he's like, you've seen fireflies before? It's like, yeah. And I've seen like 6 fireflies, like ever, like in one place at a time. I've seen probably more fireflies than that, but I've never seen like a lot of fireflies. And we park, and then we go on this nice little walk, not even far, like 3 minutes. And there's this bridge that goes over this little stream, and on either side of the bridge, I mean, there must have been 100,000 fireflies. And I'm just like in awe of this. And there's like a fair amount of people there, but they're Japanese, so they're all quiet. It's like fucking excellent atmosphere. This is like one of the best days of my life. And it's like, it was worth buying this motorcycle just for that. I'm glad I bought one from him. So if you're ever trying to buy a motorcycle in Sasebo, then I would highly suggest Kai Motorcycles. And Kai-sama will help you. Oh yeah, and I also like that he was calling me Daniel-san the whole time, but like unironically. Yeah. It's like nice getting this nice and cool woods. I'm thinking about turning back earlier because I want to get the light on the way back, because there's a couple of really nice views. I was listening to Japanese lo-fi on my way down last time. Perfect. It's just perfect. Oh, maybe I can just catch the sunset right as I go down. Oh my goodness, what a day. So I just got my motorcycle license here. I had a motorcycle license in the state, but it's a little difficult in Japan. I had to repeat a class, which they weren't doing because of COVID. And they just randomly went to the office, say, hey, you guys doing that class? Like, oh yeah, we're starting up next month. So I was like, shoot, sign me up. And I had to quickly get a motorcycle because you have to bring your own bike for it. So I was kind of restricted on time. But I'm pretty happy with this thing. It's an interesting little bike, and I only have it for maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I don't think it'll pass emissions in the United States, so I won't bring it home with me. Poor thing. But it's kind of perfect for here. It's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I think I'm growing more fond of it. Last time I turned around right here, but it's getting a lot of dirtier looks because I don't think a lot of Americans come this deep into the countryside. I don't know if I'll come up here again, so I don't really want to waste. Oh, the bamboo fart! I forgot about this. Oh my goodness, bamboo! Yeah, this is exactly where I turned around last time. Maybe I'll just give it a little further. Yeah, I'll look for the next good turnaround. So yeah, I've seen bamboo, but never like where it's primarily bamboo. Alright. I don't think we're going to see as much really good stuff up here. Plus the road's getting a little bit more so-so. Yeah, I can feel it. I'm slipping on the moss. Oh, I gotta see what's up here. Shoot. I like these little mirrors. You know, before I came here, I'd seen these mirrors that give you a look at what's coming around the corner, but I never really used them that well. But I've gotten used to them, and I really like them. Like, I wish there was one right here. Yeah, this is quite a turn. It could really benefit from a mirror. Alright, this is cool, but there's a lot of sameness. I think I'm going to try to turn it around here. It'd be nice to have a good spot to do it, though. There might be some spooky Japanese monsters here. So they have... It took me a while to wrap my head around. I forget what the word is for Japanese monsters. But a lot of times it's not really like a straight up monster. It's just like an animal that has weird traits. So it's like a kitsune isn't, as far as I know, I'm not an expert in any of this shit, but so a kitsune isn't a okay, I'm gonna turn around. This looks like a lovely place to do it. Wow, look at that house. Oof, we're living a life out here. Beautiful. Neat. Okay. Japanese people are really weary of Westerners, so like, I'm kind of glad when they don't see me. I don't want them to be spooked. Like, what is this guy doing out here? Anyways, a kitsune just means fox, but it's also like the nine-tailed fox or two-tailed or whatever. Each tail a fox grows, so you start out with one tail, so up to 100 years you got one tail, then after 100 years you get a second tail, and so on. So a nine-tailed fox can live up to 1,000 years, and they get more and more powerful. So you might recognize those from some anime. They like to use them, or Pokemon for that matter. So use a lot of Japanese folklore for it. Riding slow because I'm worried about slipping. But they can like turn into humans and cause mischiefs. But That's why when you answer the phone in Japan, or it's one of the theories as to why, when you answer the phone in Japan, you say mushi mushi, because the nine-tailed fox, or sorry, the kitsune, any amount of tails fox, it would have trouble saying that phrase. So so you say mushi mushi, and it has to respond in kind, but instead it just won't talk to you and won't cause mischief in your life. The tanuki, which is I guess my namesake for this channel, is a raccoon dog, which I saw walking around. I saw it before I ever knew the name of it. I was like, what the hell is that? And it looks like a raccoon dog. It's like, it's pretty funny. So the tanuki, I thought his story was pretty good too. So you'll see tanuki statues outside of Japanese businesses all over the place. They'll be like, they don't really look like the animal itself, because they'll be standing up, there's big eyes, and they got big old balls. So the tanuki, its whole deal is that it likes sake, and it can turn into people. So it puts a leaf on its head and it turns into a person. So what a tanuki will do is turn into a person, go in, drink all your sake at your business, and then they'll pay you and they'll give you money. And then as soon as the tanuki leaves, the money turns back into leaves, because it was all like an illusion. And so you put a statue of a tanuki outside of your business, or in the entry of your business, so the tanuki walks in, sees that there's another tanuki there, and like, oh, okay, well, I'll go somewhere else. So I thought was kind of a fun thing. And then, oh yeah, the big balls, they have to do with one of their powers. With shape changing, they can also use their prehensile testicles to, well, scrotum, to make an umbrella or a boat or whatever you need at the time, whatever that kind of thing, being able to change size and large and all that, whatever. So I thought it was a pretty silly one, and they're all over the place. I'm gonna get a tanuki statue as soon as I see one for sale, now that I know their deal. Ooh. Ooh, the sun's coming in from the bamboo forest. It is a bit spooky out here, though, I will say that. I wouldn't want to go down out here, so I'm riding it kind of extra cautious, especially with how many leaves are on the road. You never know where there's gonna be a slick spot. Sure, there's some people that would just whip around here. Well, shoot, I don't know. That's a pretty tight turn on quite a slope, so I don't think it's super safe to go super fast, especially with all this stuff on the road. I think I'd rather go fast up. I wonder if you got somebody really skilled, they could just whip around these, like, I don't know. I just don't know how you do it, no matter how far you lean down or whatever. Get the Fast and Furious guys up here. Rocks in the road and stuff. Well, I'm not so concerned about rocks. Usually you just pop over them. A little jarring. Got a little farm here. I love it out here. They always have like look at that tree over there. It's like somebody put a lot of care into that tree. And all those. Yeah, they just really put a lot of effort in everything they do culturally with the Japanese. I think, I don't know. I like it, so I don't know. Not trying to disparage any other culture or whatever, but I mean, you can't help but offer them respect because they're see how much effort they put in and everything. I want to hit this at sunset, but this is my favorite part. Oh, this is pretty good. Can't get much better than that. Sunflower. See rice paddies all over the place. It's just started the rainy season, so they all just got planted. So they'll anticipate the rainy season coming. They'll plant it. They'll flood it, just to get a head start on the rainy season, and then the rainy season will come along and they'll water it for the rest of the season. So they won't have to water it. Hopefully. Got caught in that torrential downpour the other day. So I didn't know there was a lake there until I came up here. Draining out, and I bet it's draining into the next rice paddy over. But that's what it does. Can't really overwater them. Some animals are the same here. Got crows just like we have back home. See, there's a grave up there. It's a family grave. It's another reason why it's good not to like whip around here. It's kind of a solemn area. Their graveyard's kind of all over the place, which is interesting. There's a little shrine right there. I don't know what that sign says, so I don't feel super comfortable going up the road. It might be like, don't go up this road. I learned some hiragana. There's three alphabets in Japan: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And hiragana is all the sounds that you use in Japanese. Katakana is all the sounds. So you can make English words with katakana. But you can't do it hiragana necessarily. Probably not anyways. Yeah, I can't even think of a word you could spell with hiragana. I'm sure there are a bunch, but I'm not the smartest. So katakana, it's kind of these angular, kind of sharp movements, whereas hiragana seems to be more kind of rounded. Then kanji, which come from Chinese characters, are like, they mean a word. So you have to learn tens of thousands of kanji to read Japanese, and it's like you don't need to know all of them, but the more you know, the more easily you can read. But you're using like context to fill in the blanks, so there's like a critical mass to know. And I was just like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't think I'll ever learn how to read Japanese, like ever. I think I'm just going to be fully illiterate here. Google Translate forever. But yeah, I do want to learn more Japanese. But you can get by with good morning, ohayo gozaimasu, good day, konnichiwa, good evening, konbanwa, arigato, thank you. But I usually say arigato gozaimasu. I know you can say domo arigato gozaimasu, but I really don't know what situation you would go that formal with. So yeah. If you want something, you could say okudasai, which just means please. So mizu okudasai would mean water please. So if you're at a restaurant or something, you want some water, you say mizu okudasai. I say Coca-Cola okudasai, because partly I don't mind Coca-Cola, but I know Japanese people associate it with Americans and they think it's cool. So I was like, I'll play that stereotype, give me that Coca-Cola. And then like excuse me and I'm sorry are really good to know. It makes you look polite. I think the Japanese really like it when you say sumimasen, so excuse me, and gomenasai, which is sorry. Bow, you know, you can say it jokingly too. Like you mess up, you say, hey, what's your name? Oh, it's Mizuki, and you're like Mifuki, or maybe not that, I don't know, Mizaki or something, right? Which I think is like a last name. But you say that and they say and you say, oh, gomenasai, and bow, and he'll be like, oh, okay, that's better. At least he's funny, huh? A lot of little markets. I'm gonna go down and get some ramen later, so I'm gonna record that, because there's a really cool ride through like the food area that I wanted to get. There's always these weird walking paths. I think it's my favorite thing about Japan, is like every single thing is another thing to kind of look at. So much interesting architecture everywhere. It's like, but it's not just like individuals, but it's also like the city. They like to do all this weird stuff. It's like, and it's always just nice, like, and it weathers well. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm looking through this whole thing with rose-colored glasses and I'm giving it too much credit or something. But I just think it looks incredible. And I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. I actually do need some gas. I got 3 bars. Baskin Robbins. Dude, I wonder Baskin Robbins, because none of those words are Japanese, or one of those sounds. They've got all katakana. And then up there on that sign above that building, hopefully you can see it, that is all kanji. Over there, it's all kanji. See, it's like useless. Oh, I could be going right now. Damn it. Now I'm in trouble. So I could go down the river a little bit, but there's no cars at all. Get a little speed on this thing. I like this part. Too many eyes on me. I like just jetting up this thing, but I don't want to make anybody upset. If there's nobody around, I just go full speed up that part and then slow down before I hit the neighborhood. I haven't really gone out of town and really been able to max out or anything. Although with 400cc's, I don't know what maxing out actually looks like. Home sweet home. There it is. Bad. Oop. I was coming down here the other day with some high school students behind me and I just ate shit all the way down here.